What's up, math scholars and math haters? This is Mr. W. Today we're going to tackle question 36 in the third grade math questions that North Carolina released this past year. We see that Ellen is comparing two rectangles because apparently that's what she likes to do for fun. We have rectangle P, 5 inches long and 1 inch wide. Rectangle Q is 4 inches long and 2 inches wide. And we're supposed to talk about the areas and perimeters of these rectangles. See if their areas are equal, their perimeters are equal, and which rectangle has the greater one of either one of those that's not going to be equal. So I'm going to actually have to break out my bigger board that I have in the back here. Let's break that up. If I look back at my question, if I'm going to try to draw rectangle P and rectangle Q, then my question said that rectangle P was 5 inches long and 1 inch wide, while rectangle Q was 4 inches long and 2 inches wide. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that very crudely. So this is 5 and 1. That's 4 and 2. Of course, these are not drawn to scale. So don't think that this is actually 5 inches and this is actually 1 inch and this is actually 4 inches and this is actually 2 inches. If I ever did that, my students would think it was some kind of miracle of modern art or something like that. But we're supposed to try to figure out the perimeters and the areas of these shapes. And I'll go ahead and jot a quick couple of notes over here, or maybe down here. To find perimeter, I'm going to need to add up all my sides, and then for area, thankfully we're dealing with rectangles here. If we were dealing with another shape, this would be more difficult. But for area of a rectangle, I just need to multiply my length by my width. And I'm going to do another quick thing with these rectangles, and I'm going to tell myself, okay, every pair of sides that are across from each other in any rectangle have to be equal. They have to have the same length. So if this one's 5, it has a twin over here that's also 5. If this one's 1, it has a twin over here that's also 1. 4 has a twin that's also 4. And 2 has a twin that's also 2. So with that, I can go ahead and find my perimeter and my area of each of these rectangles. I'm going to start with rectangle P. I'm going to find my perimeter. My perimeter is going to be 5 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1. 5 and 5 make 10, 1 and 1 make 2. So then my perimeter of rectangle P is 12. If I come over here and do the same thing for rectangle Q, my perimeter is going to be 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. And again, I did another question like this where I didn't write the numbers in order as I went around, but I wanted to put the same numbers together because I think it's a little easier to add them up that way. Anyway, 4 plus 4 is 8, 2 plus 2 is 4, 8 plus 4 is going to give us 12 again. So now that I've found my perimeters, I'm going to bring my question back so I can cross out some of the answer choices that I know aren't right. So my perimeters on these two rectangles are the same. I have two answer choices that say the rectangles have equal perimeters, the rectangles have equal perimeters, but my other two each say that one of the rectangles has a greater perimeter. I'm going to knock out both of these because of the work that I've already done and because it tells me that if these two are equal, there's no way that one of them is greater than the other one. So it can't be choice A and it can't be choice B. Now I'm going to go ahead and find my areas to narrow it down between choice C and choice D. Now for area, we're just going to multiply our length by our width. So that's 5 times 1 for rectangle P. 5 times 1 gives us 5. For rectangle Q, my area is going to be 4 times 2, length times width, which in this case is going to give me 8. So now we have a difference, and rectangle Q is going to have the bigger area. So I'm going to go ahead and find my answer choice that says rectangle Q has a greater area and the rectangles have equal perimeters, which is choice D.